Okay, so let's go through that one more time. Take your left hand, make sure it makes that L. Left hand, put it on your chin. Slide the recorder into it. Baby shark fingers are sliding down. And we're gonna find those 2 holes to put our finger on. Right hand up, it does not make an L. We're gonna slide it down. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. And we're just gonna leave it hanging out behind the instrument. Okay. This is called chin position. And in class, a lot of times we're gonna practice in chin position. I'll have you moving your fingers and we'll have it on our chin so we don't make any sound. When it's time to put it in your mouth, you are barely putting this inside of your lips. So we're gonna put it just inside. We're not gonna avoid it with our teeth. It'll leave marks on your recorder and you're not gonna want that. You're gonna put it right inside your mouth, like this. Everybody just take it and put it inside your mouth for me. Very good. Now, when you play the recorder, you don't have to breathe any harder than an exhale. Some instruments you have to blow into them pretty hard, but the recorder is not that instrument. If you blow hard, it's gonna sound terrible. So all you're gonna do is exhale into that instrument. So put it in your chin again, into your mouth. All right, guys, it's your turn. Go ahead and give that a shot. All right, let's try it again. My turn. Give it a shot. Nice job. One more time. I might add some fingers if I want to. You can just put some extra fingers down if you want. We'll see what kind of sounds you get. Very nice. And maybe change some other fingers around. Easy peasy. All right, so if you are making a squeaking sound, there are 2 reasons that might be happening. Reason number 1 is you're blowing too hard. I'm not even gonna demonstrate that for you, but you can go ahead, pause this video right now and try blowing really hard into the recorder. It's gonna make an awful sound, and then let's never do that again. So go ahead and pause the video, make that terrible sound, come back to me. Did you make the terrible sound? Ooh, it was awful, right? Okay, so don't blow that hard. If it squeaks, you might be blowing too hard. The second reason that your instrument could squeak could be that your fingers are not entirely over the holes. So you have got the fleshy part of your fingers, the kinds that kind of fall into your palm here, and you have the sides of your fingers, which are very, very skinny. We don't want to use the skinny part of our fingers to cover up the holes because they're skinny, and that's hard. So when you play the recorder, your fingers are going to go flat against the holes so that the fleshy part of your finger, let me tap so this focuses, the fleshy part of your finger is against the instrument. Same thing on the back, and this is usually the one that leaks. You've got to put the fat part of your thumb against the hole, not the side of it. Don't try to turn your hand to the side. See how I can't even cover that up? My fingers are pretty big. We want to put the fat, fleshy part there. So just like when you baby sharked and you pinched your fingers together, see how the 2 fleshy parts are joining together? That's how you're going to play this instrument. So let's try it again. Go ahead and put your left hand on the chin. Left hand's on that side. Your left hand, put the recorder on your chin. Slide down that baby shark. Find that first finger in the hole on the back. And this is our first note. I call it Baby Shark B because the name of the note is B, and you make it by doing baby shark fingers. And let's do some echoing. I'm gonna play some do-do-day patterns. You're gonna play them after me. Here we go. Very nice. Now notice when I'm playing, I'm holding my fingers pretty far away from the recorder. This is actually not awesome recorder playing. You can keep your hands very, very close to the recorder, and that, when I play for real, that's proper recorder playing. You keep your fingers nice and close, hovering over the holes, just not touching them. I will tend to pull my fingers back a little bit so that you can see what I am doing, but there's no reason to do this. As a matter of fact, if I wanted to move my fingers quickly, It's slower to move them from back here than to go like this. Take your fingers and just kind of run them up and down the instrument a little bit. See how quickly you can move them if you keep them close? It's like when you type, if you keep your fingers close to the keyboard. So we're going to keep those fingers just as close as we can. And please forgive me for pulling mine back, but I do want you to be able to see what I'm doing. All right, we're going to do a couple more patterns. This week we're learning do-da-dee patterns for our rhythm reading. So we're going to do some do-da-dee patterns. Here we go. Left hand on chin. The recorder in it with your right hand. Slide that baby shark down the instrument so that we have closed the thumb and the first finger. The right hand goes halfway down the instrument. Okay, we're going to move it to our lips and we're going to exhale so gently with slow, warm air. Nice job, you guys. And that is all it takes to make a really great sound of the recorder. So go forth, defend the recorder's honor, and make beautiful music. All right, y'all. I'll see you for our next lesson in just a few. Hey guys, it's Mrs. Blizzard. I'm glad to see you. Today we're going to be talking about how to properly hold your recorder and how to make a good sound. Now listen, I know when you brought that recorder out of your Learn from Home bag, some of your parents went, "Oh no," and they probably got on Facebook and they're like, "Oh, what have I done to deserve this? My child has brought home a recorder." I am here to tell you, parents, if you're listening, the recorder is not a bad instrument. The recorder is actually a very beautiful instrument if it's played correctly. Now, students, you need to uphold the honor of the recorder. If your parents don't like the recorder, it's kind of on y'all. So please, 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 make sure that you're playing correctly, because we don't want another generation of parents to hate the recorder just because you're playing incorrectly. If you play it right, the recorder is a gorgeous instrument that can play lots of wonderful pieces of music beautifully. As a matter of fact, the recorder has been around longer than a lot of the instruments you see today. The recorder was heavily played in the 14, 15, and 1600s. And part of the reason was it was an easy instrument to make. As a matter of fact, one of the first instruments ever found in the world is a flute. It says flute, but it was probably like this, probably a flute that goes up and down that they blew into. And it's from 3000 BC in China. So this instrument has been around a really long time, and we want to make sure that your folks don't think it's dreadful just because we're playing a little badly. So today we'll learn how to play it really nicely, and everyone will rejoice. And then parents, you go onto Facebook and you say, "Wow, I really love the recorder," and defend our honor. Okay, guys, so you've got a recorder, and we're going to make sure that you've put it together correctly. If you have a one-piece recorder, that's great. You don't have to do anything to it if it's all one solid piece. If yours has two different pieces, you're going to put your head joint on. You're going to make sure that this thing right here, this hole up here, is in line with this first hole. Okay? If you line those up, it's going to come out correctly. And on the back, there should just be one hole on the back, okay? And that lines up with the back side of your recorder. If you have a three-piece recorder, which is what this one I'm playing on right now is, the foot joint can also come off. And if your foot joint comes off, you're going to put it back together. Go ahead and line up these holes at first, and then tilt this a little bit over to the right, okay? And if you do that, that's going to put this, where it's off like this, in the perfect position so that your right hand can play it. Now, when it's time to start thinking about picking up our recorder, hands are critical. Remember the last exercise that we did where we were being opposites, and I said, "Be my mirror," and you were my mirror, and then I said, "Be my opposite," so I did this hand and you did this hand. A lot of times when you look at my recorder videos, you're going to have to be my opposite, because if the app that I've used to record it is recording me correctly, I'm going to be on the opposite side from you because I'm facing you, and I'm not going to play the recorder incorrectly. I'm going to play it correctly. So I'm going to use my left hand, which is on this side. Your left hand is going to be on the other side of you, and y'all are old enough at this point to know the difference. So take your left hand, and when you look at it, it's going to make an L as it faces you. That's your left hand. Take your left hand, and I want you to make a fist with it and put that fist down on your chin. With your other hand, your right hand, I want you to grab your recorder and I want you to slide it inside that fist, okay? So now the recorder is on your chin. Your left hand is gonna slide down the recorder, and I want you to take that left hand and I want you to use baby shark fingers, those first two baby shark fingers, and I want you to put one finger on the top hole here and the thumb on the hole on the back, and you just need to feel them. Like, so come on down, just feel where it is till you feel the hole on the back and the first hole in the front. Just double check, make sure there's no hole above where you are. You don't even need to look at it. See how I'm checking with just feeling it? You'll find it. Then you're gonna take your other hand, your right hand, and we're gonna put that about halfway down the instrument. We're gonna put it not all the way at the bottom, not all the way at the top. We're gonna put it about halfway, which is underneath the fourth hole. So if we count, hole one's under here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to put that underneath hole number 4. And we're just going to slide it right there, okay? So we'll put it right there, and then we're going to be ready to play it.